All righty, people.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time we've ever done 2 streams in one day. Is that right? Or
2 streams.
have we done that before?
The first time, no. And this is kind of the first time we've ever been live as early as we've ever been.
Like at this time, right? So like it's 12:42 Central Time.
We're currently sleeping.
1:42 in New York, and in Sydney right now it's 3:42 a.m. So yeah, we've never really done a stream at this time of the day. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. Let us know who we're hanging out with here in the chat. I see you, Rowan, in the building. Rowan's here. Justin, by the way, shout out to Justin. He said he just purchased a season pass this morning. Happy to support y'all. Content is simply the best. Let's get a W this year.
That's
Appreciate you big time.
Huge love.
Again, shout out to Justin. And Justin, by the way, you can ask a fantasy question today if you just purchase a season pass, because you will have 4 free vouchers on your account already.
That's
so
correct.
that is actually an incredible segue. I appreciate you for letting me use this as a segue to the season pass. If you guys have not purchased the season pass yet, you can purchase it with the promo code LAND. That will take it down to $34. That gives you unlimited access to my rankings, the rookie report, the draft guide, the cheat sheet, unlimited access to the Flock Fantasy website, as well as 4 vouchers where you can come onto our streams. We're going to be doing these Q&As all season, okay? So you can ask us start-sit questions, fantasy questions. We'll be helping you with your fantasy teams this year. And so definitely check that out with Season Pass with the promo code LAND. And tomorrow night, we're going to be doing a real draft here live together, you and I. And that's going to be with people who purchase the Season Pass. So, again, you can be a part of these community leagues with the Season Pass membership as well. Please DM us if you have any questions. But appreciate y'all for being here with us. Shout out to the Jedi. He says, shout out from LA.
Yeah, that's love.
West Coast is the best coast. We've got a couple questions in the chat.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was just checking the audio. We sound good.
We sound good. No echo. We sound okay.
No echo. We should be all Gucci.
Love it.
Yeah. We're good.
By the way, Prentice here says, started watching the Flockley last year. You guys were the best. I appreciate that.
Hey,
Very
that's
kind.
love. That's love. Thank
Hey,
you,
do
man.
us a favor. Never done a midday stream like this. Hit that like button. You need to know we will be live tonight. We're planning 6 p.m. Central Time. That's 7 p.m. New York. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see. We'll be doing some mock drafts then. But today's stream is all about answering fantasy football questions. So, but we're going to start with a little bit of news. But there's a bunch of people here, and I forgot to start the stream, so this is going to be a little bit late. But
That's okay.
It'll be close enough.
It's not that big of a deal.
So we've got some fantasy questions here, some teams that need to be reviewed, and you guys can obviously submit your questions as well into the Flock site. If you have never submitted a question there, there's a link. There's a little link I put in the chat there. Link your team for free. You can link your team for free with the promo code LAND, and then you can actually ask any questions through the Flock site as well. And we'll be here answering these questions for the next couple hours, and we'll try and answer as many of your questions in the YouTube chat as well. But just want to quickly talk about some news that's happened today. Jordan Love undergoing a procedure on a ligament with his left thumb. So obviously he doesn't throw with his left hand. So could be worse, right? I'd say this is definitely not worst case scenario. We've got Adam Schefter reporting on it. Ian Rappaport says they called it a little procedure. He shouldn't miss any regular season time after banging it on a helmet, taking a sack. So that is good news. Jeff Mueller, one of our, the most trusted, I would say, doctor, for us at least. I can't speak for everyone.
Sure.
But the most trusted doctor that we ask questions about for fantasy football purposes, said, good news, it's not his right thumb. Bad news, still important for snaps and ball security, but it shouldn't impact his 2025 performance. So that is overall very, very good news.
Yeah, should be good.
Any concerns? Are you going to avoid like a Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed based off this?
No way.
Okay.
I think I would have been concerned if it was his throwing arm, but it's his left arm. So yeah, like maybe he's a little bit ginger when he is handing the ball off to Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Maybe 1-2 more fumbles throughout the season, but nothing too crazy. Shout out to Jimmy. Look at Jimmy right there, back
James
on the field. Something special is happening. That's my boy. Guaranteed 5 yards every time.
You and I have been very pro drafting James Cook this year. It's been very common to say, well, he's going to regress, so you shouldn't draft him. We've never understood that because he's 15 picks cheaper than he was last year, despite already having an outlier season. So he's pretty well priced, I'd say. He is back at practice doing his thing. The holdout is over, apparently. Josh Allen was asked about it. He said, very happy to have Jimbo out there.
Oh, big old Jimbo. Jimmy.
Trust in Bean and what he's doing to get it done, which is great. So it's good to see James Cook back out there. The only other thing I wanted to mention is just Tank Bigsby tweeted this out today, which very cryptic. Doesn't mean anything. I mean, there was reports that,
maybe he's sick.
Bashul Tutin he could be sick. There were reports that Bashul Tutin was the standout from camp today at the running back spot. So I think there's a possibility that this backfield might be really confusing this year, but we all love Liam Cohen offense. Okay, we're going to answer a couple questions here just regularly in the YouTube chat, and then we're going to jump into some team reviews and some questions on the Flock side, okay? So let's just randomly select, let's say the guy, so Tatman got in here first. So let's go Tatman here. He says, I drew the pick number 1 in another league, 8 team, start 7, defense and kicker. I know you would take Jamar 101, but by the time it gets back to me, best running back plus onesie. Yeah, if you're in a 8-team league, start 7, that is quite literally like the smallest format you can possibly be in. Obviously, like there are people out there who are in 6-team leagues, but just speaking like hypothetically, that is about the smallest format that you could possibly be in. And this actually brings me to a really great segue. We just updated version 2 of our draft guide on the Flock site. If you are over there on the Flock site, you can access this with any membership, but if you sign up brand new today, use the promo code LAND, get the season pass. Over 9,000 people have viewed this so far. But one of the things that we updated, a lot of updates. You worked your ass off to get this all up and running. Shout out to you. One of the things we talked about was positional impacts. And start 7 in particular, you'll see the tight end and the quarterback spot have more impact on your starting lineup than any other starting lineup, right? So those onesies are more important in this specific format than any other format. So the format that you're in, they're very, very important. And then you add on top of it that there's only 8 teams.
8 teams.
So I don't think it's crazy to start your draft chase at the 101. Then when it comes back to you, I don't think it's crazy to go like a running back that you like. And then with the 301, you go, let's say, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Quarterback or those onesies positions.
At the 401, Travis or George Kittle, for example, right?
Yeah. I mean, kind of what we've been preaching all along, especially in FastDraft. I know this is an 8-man league, but in FastDraft, it's 10-man, and we still go for onesie positions, and that's a start 8. Here is 8 teams, start 7. That is, like Zach said, the smallest league you can possibly get in. So definitely go best player available. If Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Jaden Daniels are available at that 3-4 turn or that 2-3 turn, so I'm 100% taking them.
At quarterback in this league, I need to walk away with either Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or Jalen Hurts. Yeah. If I don't walk away with one of those 4s, I've failed. Okay. Mm-hmm. At tight end, I have to walk away with a Bowers, McBride, or a Kittle. Mm-hmm. So if you need to take those guys round 2, 3, do it. To get one of those guys at each positions. Or if you can fit it in round 3 and 4, then get a running back in round 2. But either way, like you've got to prioritize those onesies, in my humble opinion. But again, appreciate y'all for being here with us. Do us a favor, smash that like button. Got a like goal today. Let's set it something low for this Q&A. Like 60?
Yeah, 60.
60 likes today is our goal. Go ahead and smash that like button. There'll be a second stream later on. We're going to answer some of your questions, but we are going to prioritize the people who are supporting us over on the Flock Fantasy website. So let's jump right over there. We've got some questions that are submitted there. These are people that are, supporting us logistically, kind of submitting a question through the site, which we get paid for there. So for example, Nate here with a trade question. So this is a dynasty trade question. He says, would this trade help my team, or do I punish my running back room too much? Amon-Ra landed on the trade block. So let's have a look at this one. And what we'll do for this part of the stream is we'll probably move the camera up.
Yeah, that's fine. Top right.
Here.
As Zach is doing that, my instant thought looking at this is, before even looking at your team, I just want Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's a start. It's a smaller league, meaning like once again, kind of those onesie positions are a little bit more. Even though it's not onesie, but like these higher tier top 10 wide receivers are a little bit more valuable than someone like a Josh Jacobs here. I'm instantly taking Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think even though it probably is going to hurt your depth, it's probably going to hurt your running back room or your wide receiver room with Chris Godwin. Amon-Ra instantly is what, 2 firsts? Sometimes 3?
This is like the cheapest Amon-Ra I've seen in a long time. Like, even if this was a big league, I think in any format, anywhere, I would take the Amon-Ra side. It's like
100%.
This is the cheapest Amon-Ra I've ever seen, so we're definitely going to go the Amon-Ra side. Now, this is the great part about when you guys link your league. So if you just drafted a team, or if you're about to draft a team, or like whatever the case may be, you can actually link your team for free in the My Team Analyzer. That's one of the free features. I'll put a link in the chat for you guys here. Flockfantasy.com/land. Just sign up with the free account with the promo code LAND. And anytime you submit a trade question like Nate did just here, we can see your entire team.
That's
So
right.
we can look at his team and say, all right, if he loses Josh Jacobs, he's going to gain Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he'll still have Hampton, Taylor, Benson, Charbonnet. So he loses his clear best third running back, but it's just too good of a deal. And a lot of times that kind of context, being able to see your entire league, makes it really easy for us to give you great advice. So shout out to Nate. Appreciate you for submitting a question over there. We are going to go ahead and say yes to the Amon-Ra side. I got another trade question here from Rowan. Rowan says,
you, Rowan.
I sent a trade question on the Flock site we are talking about in the DMs. He says, in the offer I have in my inbox, I'm also sending a second and fourth and getting a third. So this is a trade that me and him have been talking back and forth on. He would be sending away A.J. Brown. Keep in mind, this is a Dynasty League. This is not redraft, guys. So Dynasty is a little bit different. He's getting a 27 first, Alvin Kamara and George Pickens. He's also sending a second and a fourth and getting a third in this deal. So kind of like pick swaps.
Yeah, pick swaps.
I suggested to him personally, because he's a contender right now, and again, we can see that because he linked his team, flockfantasy.com/land, create a free account with the promo code LAND. You can link your teams and submit questions, and we can see so much context. It's incredible. But because it's a 10 team, because he's a competitive guy in this league, I kind of want to not involve the second, third, and fourth. So he's saying on top of this, he is sending a second, getting back a third and a fourth. Is that right? Am I reading that right?
Something like that.
He's sending a second and a fourth, getting a third. So what my counter would be is this same exact deal, but Rowan, instead of sending a second and getting back different picks, send a third and don't ask for anything back. Right? I think that's a happy medium.
Yeah, that does feel like a happy medium. I don't mind that. I think I'm trying to process this trade with everything that's happening. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So send a third round pick back, A.J. Brown, get back that first Kamara and Pickens.
And you just hope
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you just hope that George Pickens is. If George Pickens finished like top 12, I think you instantly got your return there. I mean, you get your return right now with the 27 first. You want to be in the 27 first, right? But if you can get the 27 first and George Pickens, who could potentially break out this year, that instantly,
He
that
says
value is huge.
the pick is not early in 27.
That's fine, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I think you're getting pretty good offer right now. We all love A.J. Brown this year. He's going to be great. But the reality is in Dynasty, next year people will see a 29-year-old price tag.
Sure.
And they're not going to pay the same for an A.J. Brown.
I mean, by the time 2027 comes around, he's 30 years old.
Yeah.
So,
but I wouldn't include a second in this deal.
Yeah, I get that.
I wouldn't include in a second because I feel like you're already taking on risk here with Pickens and Kamara. Like if Pickens and Kamara fall off, you've got the first, which is great. But yeah, I think that's the most I would be willing to pay there. I think that's all the questions on the Flock site for right now. Keep in mind, guys, if you became a season pass member, you see those questions that we just answered there. You have vouchers. All right. So if you were a season pass member, you became one with the promo code LAND. You have 4 vouchers in your inbox that you can use at any moment. Okay. Yeah. So you can exactly what Rowan just did and what Nate just did asking questions here. You have access to that just like they do. So don't be afraid to come on and use some of these vouchers up and ask us some questions here. If you haven't purchased the season pass just yet, it's $34 for the entire season. That's about $1.70 per week for the rest of the year. You get my draft guide, season rankings, in-season rankings, rest of season rankings, unlimited access to the Flock site. It is the best deal in the industry. Should we answer, let's say, 2 more in the chat and then jump to a team review?
Let's do it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why don't you choose the next person? We'll do it at random.
Yeah, we'll do it at random here. Let's see who I can get. What's a good one? Maybe Kaylani. Not the Kaylani. Let's do Sliddy. Sliddy?
Okay.
I've never seen him before in the chat. Shout out to you. He says, new keeper startup. Can't keep first and second. Should I trade my 204 for the 302 so I have 2 early keepers to pick along with my 39?
Okay, yeah.
That's a little bit more of a difficult question now.
Yeah. New keeper startup. I can't keep my first 2 rounds. Should I trade my 2-4 for 3-2 so I have 2 early keepers to pick along with my 309?
Trade my 2-4 and the 3-2. No, I think I would still want to.
No, I'd rather still take the
I'd still rather keep the early player.
No,
exactly.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't want to move back.
I understand you're trying to play chess, not checkers there, but you're also just killing.
Hoping for
yourself
somebody
this
to
year.
fall. Yeah,
Yeah.
like no, you have the best available one there.
No, not a fan of that one. All right, one more random question here. And by the way, when we don't have questions on the Flock site, we'll come to YouTube and we'll do our best to answer these. Anybody have a question for redraft this year? This is a great question from Master. He says, what website do you use for the draft order in the community leagues? So that's a really fun website that I think is just for free. It's called 100 Yard Dash.
Yeah.
And if you've never seen 100 Yard Dash, you just type it into YouTube. This is something that you could potentially use for your own home leagues if you want to. I feel like if you're in person, you should maybe do something more creative. Like we did knockout last year for the Flock League. This year will be different. It'll be even better. But I feel like, if you're at home, like in a home league with your friends, you should do something a little bit more creative. Don't do like pick the names out of the hat or like the 100 Yard Dash. But this is a really great option for online type of leagues. Like, for example, we have a league where some of our friends are in America, some of our friends are in Europe, some of our friends are in Australia. And this is perfect for that scenario because we can't do too much in person.
No.
It's as in person as it can be, but sometimes, so.
Yeah, get a little creative every single time. If not, like, you have a good thing now called AI, ChatGPT. See what type of ideas they can give you there. But, 100 Yard Dash is kind of where it is at right now.
We had one more question I'm going to answer before we jump into these team reviews. And the question was from Johnny Boy. He says, Brees or Monty? And I would pretty comfortably still say Brees here. I am concerned about Brees, but we're also concerned about Montgomery potentially taking a step back, and as Gibbs takes a step forward. So
yeah, look,
that's too far down the totem pole, in my opinion.
It is, but who could you? I guess my question is, where's that value? Do you still want Brees in the 4th, or would you rather take Monty, who could potentially score just as many points?
This sounds like just a trade question, though.
Right. Okay. I'm thinking more like a.
You're thinking like from the perspective of ADP in a draft, but I think let's just answer it as like if it's a trade question.
If it's a trade question, sure, I still want Brees.
Yeah. Okay.
100%. 100%.
Because I don't think we're ready to fall
that
far on Brees.
That far, no.
Okay, we've got some team reviews we're going to get to.
Appreciate you guys. That's love.
Appreciate y'all big time for being here. We're going to answer some questions in between the team reviews. You can also prioritize your question by popping it into the Flock Fantasy website, flockfantasy.com/land. And then you'll see at like the top right of your screen, personal advice button. You can see team review, trade questions, super message, super easy to submit there. And then if you've already linked your team, it'll automatically link your settings, which makes your life very easy. Let's say I wanted to submit a trade question. You see Zach and Badaki here. Very, very easy, y'all. But we'll try and do our best to jump back and forth between the paid and non-paid questions. So Decatur Staley's here with a team review. And if you guys have already if you've already drafted a team and you want us to know what we think about your redraft team.
Redraft team?
If you just drafted in your home league last week or today or whatever.
Maybe this weekend.
It's a great time to submit your team review through the Flock site. It's the same exact process as a question.
Yeah, I'll put that in the chat.
You see the team review option here, right? So you link all your settings there, and then you can choose Zach and Badaki. Same exact thing. You link your team. Once that's all done, you can see Zach and Badaki here. But the first step is to create a free account or to buy the season pass with the promo code LAND. And then in the My Teams tab, you come here and you add an ESPN, Yahoo, or Sleeper league. That's going to be really, really good for you guys. Okay, shall we do it?
Yeah, appreciate you, Staley.
The Couture. Is that French?
I mean, I think so. 2 quarterback, 12 team, start 10. So this is our middle ground here, and you guys are getting a little bit of the taste of the Dynasty channel when we review your team. So just keep in mind, if you're saying I don't have a Dynasty team, but I have my draft this weekend, this is going to be the exact same process that we're going to be doing, but obviously with a little bit more of a Dynasty outlook. But we can do the exact same thing for your redraft team, like Zach just mentioned here. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, because every time you get a review from us, you also get the playbook. So the playbook is like this customized tool after we review your team that you have as a takeaway to go dominate your league. You can get that by using the promo code LAND and becoming an annual Mother Flocker member. You can actually upgrade if you bought the season pass to annual Mother Flocker. You'll get a voucher either way, or you can purchase one a la carte afterwards if you're a different promo code. Whatever works, just go through team review. Anyone who buys a team review with us, they're also going to get this absolutely stunning playbook for their fantasy football team. All right. All right, let's jump to Dakar here. So,
all right. Once again, this is the middle ground here. It says Orphan Takeover. Trade away old players for picks and robbed him by a flock calculator. I have the 102, the 103 in 2 days, which once again you did your draft already. With 3 wide receivers, I struggled with Hunter, Tet, or Hampton. In one of them, I have offered of Daniels, Sinnott, or Justin Jefferson, or Jefferson Ertz, not considering 1 year takeover. Okay. And your team is currently ranked 4th out of 12 here, and I'm pretty sure you already done your rookie draft. No.
It still says he's up.
It still says he's up. Normally it would update, so that's okay. So maybe you guys.
You know what I can do though is I can go here to our reviews and just double check this by, like KTC for example.
Yeah. Double check it, because if it is up on KTC, then maybe we should review it with his updated one. But what I can do is give him a rundown of his team right now and kind of do all this admin stuff and what's untouchables and whatnot here. So once again, you're currently ranked 4th out of 12 here at the quarterback position. I'm seeing Caleb Williams, Jameson Williams, and Zach.
KTC has the same thing. He hasn't done.
Okay, so he hasn't done his draft yet,
or it's not reflecting. But let's just play it out.
We'll go with that. Okay, at the quarterback position, Caleb, Jameson, Zach Wilson here. So you definitely need another quarterback. No running backs to speak of. The only wide receivers to speak of is Justin Jefferson with Zach Ertz there. But you do have the 102, the 103, the 110, 202, 203. So really good opportunity for you to go out and, build your team here.
You absolutely need the draft to hit.
Yeah. So let's start with some admin stuff. Untouchables. The only one we will say is Justin Jefferson. At the moment, I don't think, and maybe I would also say your future first 2026 first round picks, just depending on how the draft goes. Holds. Caleb Williams for sure is going to be a hold for us. And probably that's it. Caleb Williams is going to be one. And then easy drops here, even though you may not have to drop anyone on your team. But just in case if you need some more room, Zach Wilson, Cam Akers, Juju Smith are the 3 guys I would instantly be dropping there on your team here. Let's have a look. Well, I guess your waiver wire technically hasn't gone yet, so there's just a lot there that you don't have to worry about. Okay, pathway forward, in my perspective, I would just say even if you were to draft at the 102 Omarion, you get Travis Hunter, and let's say you get the Matthew Golden at the 110. I don't necessarily believe you're going to continue to be able to compete here. So I would still say like a full rebuild type of team, full rebuild 1 year punt. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm putting these pathways in there right now, but overall I'm going to agree with you there. If I had to choose one, I would say full rebuild at this point.
Yeah, full rebuild. I think that is going to be pretty significant here for your team. Draft capital, I'm going to put it as, let me double check to see if you have your first in 26. Yes, you have 1, 2, 3 first-round picks in 2026, which is awesome. So we're going to give that an A for your draft capital. The overall team grade as well. I mean, it's not that great. You have Justin Jefferson.
No, we got to be realistic. This team has a ways to go.
There's nothing
right?
really happening here besides Justin, and to be fair, and I guess Caleb. So I'm just gonna put up maybe like a D. D flat there, and that's kind of all of the admin stuff there.
All right, I have just been trying to get all of this working for us here. Hold on, punt, full rebuild. Yeah, okay, cool. Just because we're in our mobile setup right now. But yeah, I agree, full rebuild. And you're going to need the draft to really pan out for you. It's actually really hard to do this all with one hand.
Yeah, with the mic and stuff, yeah.
Okay, so what is your ideal draft plan? We're gonna put this together for him, but help me talk this through.
Yeah, no, as Zach was saying that. I mean, look, obviously, ideal draft plan is to take BPA. I think there are a couple things that you can do as we do go through this. Who are we going to be potentially selling it in season? I actually don't think you have anyone that you can sell in season outside of maybe Zach Ertz. Justin Jefferson is somebody that you can tear down from to get more stuff, get more, value out of, to squeeze out. But at the same time, he is your most valuable player here. So you might as well keep him to continue to build with going into the season here. But for me right now, I would just say BPA, and it's gonna be taking a couple years for you to definitely be in contention here.
This is not a team that might sneakily get into the playoffs. You have set a very clear destination for this team, and there's a lot of work to be done. But a lot of us in Dynasty we love the work. We thrive on the work. It's what we dream about when we get in an orphan like this. So let's have a look at the game plan for a team like this. Let's look at your draft. So at the 102 for me, it has been this way since April, but Amarion Hampton would be my pick there. At the 103, we've had a big tier of options between the Travis Hunters, the Ted McMillans, the Travion Hendersons. So I would still say that's the same exact thing here today. I don't have a strong preference between those three names, which means you and I are probably going to suggest trading back if you can.
Yeah, 100%. Trade
then
back there.
At the 110, like in an ideal world, like Emeka Egbuka would be great here. You don't have a tight end. It's not a tight end premium, though. So hopefully you can grab like a Tyler Warren or Colson Loveland there in that early second round. Maybe they'll fall and be one of those last picks. Those guys would be great additions to your team. And then you're starting to kind of build a foundation there. If Egbuka isn't there, I think like Caleb Johnson could be an option there, or even like a Dart, or if let's say hypothetically we see the fall of like a Cam Ward, Matthew Golden, great option.
Yeah.
Or you can also try and put those tight ends at the 110 if you want to. Luther Burden could be a great option here at the 203. Even Jackson Dart. These are all really, really great options for your team. And you're in a position where, because your team is so bad across the board, you can drop so many names. Like over half your roster is droppable. And you have total, we went and looked, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks this year. So at that point onwards, from the 301 to the 404, you have a bunch of picks. Just go best player available and start to fill out that roster a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. Just really quick, I know it's a little bit difficult with one hand. So, just really quick on the names of the 301, like Zach said, best player available, the Mason Taylors, the Terrence Fergusons of the world. Kyle Williams can sometimes fall there. So it just really depends on those type of players that do land there. But once again, since you are signed up, you do have I would say an annual membership. Just go out and check out our rookie report. Nothing has changed too drastically, But definitely tearing down most likely from Justin Jefferson.
I think we need to tear down from JJ. With
Yeah,
this team.
trying to get some more value. I mean, can we get 3
By the time he's
first
ready
rounds?
to compete, JJ, you're not going to be able to get that big of a return for JJ that you can get now.
Yeah, so obviously tearing down of Justin Jefferson, whether we're getting some more younger players and pivoting, or getting some maybe 3 picks, right? Can we get another quarterback from Justin Jefferson because this is a super flex league? These are the type of things that we're going to need to try and figure out and navigate as we go and try and improve this team.
Yeah.
So
when we look at wide receivers that we want to tier down to, I'll look at my rankings. And remember, guys, this is specifically Dynasty. So Jefferson, I think like Brian Thomas, Puka, London, JSN, Ladd, Marvin, Rice, T-Mac, Hunter, Odunze, Igbuka.
yeah.
I think that's where we draw the line. So remind me of all these names so we'll write them down and look at options here.
Yeah. Once again, bear with us as we are doing it with kind of one hand on the mobile setup. Brian Thomas here. I need to pull up. I think you said Puka, Drake London, JSN was kind of those names. So we wanted to tear down from those guys. So let's start from Brian Thomas here and see where we can go.
I think those are your main guys you want to cheer down. Marvin, Ladd, Hunter, T-Mac.
Yeah. All right. So I guess starting from the top there from Brian Thomas, Chandler Roy has Brian Thomas. A little bit more of a difficult team. He has Brian Thomas in the 109, so you can do Brian Thomas.
You're looking from the top down, is that right?
I guess when I mean top down, I just search Brian like from the names of the
okay.
list, you know. Or we can go top down.
I
if
think we
that's
should
easier.
just it's so hard to search right now.
Yeah, I get that. Okay.
Okay, so one of the options here is Puka, London, Martin. There's a lot of options with this team here with Knights of the Night, and they look like a real contender. So this could make a lot of sense for both of you guys. Mm-hmm. So I think in a deal like this, in an ideal world, we can ask for a Marvin Harrison, a Trey Benson, and 2 first-round picks, for example. Right? Like, I think that's a realistic trade for Justin Jefferson. I think people would be willing to do something like that. Mm-hmm. If it's Puka Nacua, let's say the same idea, but 1 first instead. So Marvin in a first, basically, without Trey Benson.
Yeah.
If it's London, I think... If it's London, I think you could probably only ask... Like, I don't think you get London in 2 firsts. You know? I don't think that's possible.
No, it's not.
But what about London and Stroud? We buy Stroud on the cheap, and we send the 203.
London plus Stroud, plus the 203.
No, we send the 203.
Oh, we send and we still get the first back. You said.
I don't know if we're gonna get a first back there.
So we basically do like a kind of pick swap.
London, Stroud, and let's say and a first, and we'll send.
He has no one on his team to send.
I know that's a problem, but let's just say we send a 301, 302, and 304.
Okay.
301, 302, and 304 to get that done.
Plus.
Chef says, "Can you guys do my review last? I'm still at work." Yeah, we will. We'll do that for you, man. For sure. We're gonna jump.
Weird hearing of people like, "Oh yeah, I'm at work." And
Yeah.
it's like
I know, right?
normally you're home when we
I
talk
know.
to you.
All right, let's. I feel like we had some great options there. Appaholics. I don't love any tear down option here. So let's keep looking.
Yeah.
Lasso. Okay, JSN and Dunze, great options. Could we get JSN, the 105, and a first?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Same thing with the Dunze. Because if he's not willing to part with JSN, maybe he's willing to part with the Dunze for that type of deal. So those are 2 options. I'm going to keep looking for you here. The Panthers has nobody. Team 9. Not that we want to tear down to. All right, Brian Thomas. I think Brian Thomas 109. I don't know if you can get more than that.
Ooh.
So
I feel like you potentially could. It would just be like a small person. He can be like a high upside type of player. Like, do you take a shot on? It's probably not exciting, but like for example, it would be Xavier Leggett or like or Josh Downs. Can you get Josh Downs?
Yeah.
109 plus Josh Downs, and like what you can also do here if that's not okay or not enough. Like, can you throw in one of those late thirds, like that 3-0? What is it? 301 you have?
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay to do that, but like I feel what you should do is definitely try and do the first one first without the 301.
That's a good idea.
But we'll put that there as an option for you.
Hey, Lat McConkey. This guy doesn't have any first, so not going to work. But that's a lot of options.
Yeah.
That's a lot of options. I didn't see Igbuka. Did you see Igbuka anywhere?
No, Mika, let me have a look.
Oh, he's not drafted yet.
No, he's not drafted.
Okay. So let's say, like, hypothetically, you could do something like, write this down. So the 107.
Okay, 107.
And 2 future firsts.
For Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a pretty simple one.
107.
You're getting Igbuka, locking it in, and then getting 2 future firsts.
Okay, 2 future firsts.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Justin Jefferson 107 plus 2 future first. That's definitely another option there for you, which is awesome.
Maybe just in little like brackets, put Igbuka right behind the 107.
Sure.
So that makes sense. All right. But I like the team, man. Hopefully that's helpful. You got a journey ahead of you. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and look,
you're on the right path.
You're on the right path. Obviously, it's probably not what you wanted to hear with the breakdown with and obviously selling Justin Jefferson. But then just go BPA. If you don't want to sell Justin Jefferson, go best player available here.
Draft.
Yeah, and
you don't have to sell Jefferson, but I think it's kind of pointless to hold on to him given the nature of where your team is. So
yeah, I completely agree. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You should be receiving. Look, anyone that gets a team review today, I'll try my best to get the team the reviews to you as soon as possible. Obviously, you guys know we're in Austin, Texas. This week is going to be full pack of content, full pack of everything. So please bear with us. Once we're back in Australia, I would 100% get those to you as soon as possible. But if there are pockets of windows here while I'm in Austin, Texas, I will get that to you ASAP, right? Yep. But keep in mind, at least if you're here with the live review, you have the time codes. You can kind of go back, but we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. You're going to be receiving that amazing graphic as you saw on your screen there. Okay.
Let's do a couple questions here. Regular ones on YouTube. Mike had a question. He said, how do you feel about Goff as a quarterback 2 on a contending team? Would you be spending a lot of effort in trying to tier up? No, I wouldn't.
No, I mean, Goff is...
He was great last year, top 12 option.
Was he top 12? I was going to say, was he top 6?
Great weapons
top
all
8,
around
something
him.
like that? Yeah, he was pretty awesome. I think if you go out and get like the name of, let's just say you got a quarterback high, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, then you waited to one of those last rounds to get a Jared Goff, I'm 100% all in on that because that offense is going to be phenomenal this year. I still think.
What's up, Dre? Flock draft is on Saturday, so we are very excited about that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people had that question. All right, let's jump right back to a team playbook. Again, guys, if you do become a 2025 season pass member with the promo code LAND, you're going to get 4 vouchers, which you can come onto the stream and ask some questions about your team as well. And then if you guys want to purchase a team review, just go to the Flock Fantasy site, flockfantasy.com/land. You can get a free account there, and then you can purchase a team playbook a la carte, or you can become an annual Mother Flocker member. To all of our people who are season pass members, you can upgrade to the annual Mother Flocker member, and it'll take off whatever you paid for the season pass, and that will give you a free voucher for a playbook. So that's also an option. All right, let's jump into this next review, shall we?
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull this up on the back end here.
Yep.
Yug the Tech Fan. Yugi the Tech Fan. I think I'm saying that right. Yug the Tech Fan. That's going to be your name.
Huge.
Huge.
Yeah, he's a huge Tech fan. I hope that's not Virginia Tech. I'm gonna forgive you if it's Virginia Tech, and we'll move on. But
one quarterback, 12 team, start 10. So that is a rolling deep, meaning he can start it to 4 wide receivers. I'll put that in the chat. That's what his starting lineup looks like for his team here. That's going to be an interesting lineup here, especially with that one quarterback format. Let's have a read of this context. He says, I'm sitting great at running back and have someone interested in trading for Henderson. He also owned my 26th first. The league has 3 wide receivers and 3 flex, so trading a running back for a wide receiver / pick seems like a logical move. Trying to determine how I should move forward and if I should look at a 1-year punt with my team's age. And you're currently ranked 2nd out of 12. Your team name is LGBTQB1. But hey, that's a nice play on words there, high key.
yeah,
All right, let's have a look at this team here. Okay. Once again, ranked 2nd here. J.J. McCarthy, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson with Geno Smith. Gosh, a lot of quarterbacks there. Obviously, it is one quarterback. At the running back position, Ashton Jeanty, Travion Henderson, Bucky Irving. Wow. Love that running back room already.
Yeah, nice.
At the wide receiver position, Lad McConkey, Xavier Worthy, Matthew Golden, Josh Downs there. You also have, Jawan Jennings. At the tight end position, you have Colston, Loveland, Kyle Pitts, Terrence Ferguson, and Elijah Arroyo there. Yeah, a lot of rookies. Going straight into some admin stuff here for your team. Going straight to some untouchables. Ashton Jeanty is definitely going to be an untouchable for us.
He's going to be on your team for a long time.
That's probably the only untouchable. I would say this: if Lad McConkey finishes like a top 10 wide receiver, he's going to be an untouchable.
He's certainly on a sell right now with Keenan Allen signing and people thinking that Lad McConkey's in trouble. He's not. So he's definitely not a sell right now. If anything, maybe he's a hold.
Yeah, hold. Yeah, true. Hold J.J. McCarthy.
McMillan, Jalen McMillan.
Yeah, Jalen McMillan.
Anthony Richardson. Yeah, just 15. Like, you're not going to sell him for anything. You might as well hold him and see what happens. And then, do we need one more?
Yeah, we can do one more.
I feel like Josh Downs. Yeah. The tight ends are great. Ferguson and Arroyo are 2 obvious holds too. So.
Yeah. And then obviously drops Damian Pierce. I see Tez Johnson. You can drop, hell, even the Sam Darnolds of the world in the 1 quarterback league if you really wanted to drop him. But this is a 12-man league, 1 quarterback, and you have 2 starting quarterbacks or 3. Actually, you have 5 starting quarterbacks, but they're not high-end guys.
Yeah, you don't really have any. If you have 5 quarterbacks, you have none really. I mean, J.J. McCarthy could break out, so I would not be too concerned about trying to figure that out this offseason. If you don't find an answer this year with all these names, then we can go explore the market next year.
Yeah.
But I think you're already in a pretty good position. Did we give an overall team grade yet?
No, overall team grade. I'll give it a B flat, maybe B plus, right? I mean, if we go look at the starting lineup, J.J. McCarthy, Ashton Jeanty, Travion or Bucky Irving, wide receivers. It start 3 wide receivers. So Lad McConkey, Xavier Worthy, and then Matthew Golden.
Yeah.
Then you have another with Colston Loveland and 3 more flexes there, which will be Bucky Irving, Josh Downs, and I guess Jawan Jennings if he doesn't finish his holdout. Yeah. And the fact that he hasn't come back, knowing that Brandon Ayuk just said he's not coming back until week 6 and you're still asking for a contract, brother, get on the field.
I'm going to say sleeper for a pathway.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, need a couple more pieces there trying to get in.
Yeah, so, there's a lot of players that need to prove themselves. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, we think Jeanty's going to, but like Henderson, all your quarterbacks, Worthy, Golden, Downs, Jennings all have to step up, your entire tight end room. But the reason we're saying sleeper is because a couple of these players hit earlier than we expect them to, and then anything's possible. So I would say, yeah, sleeper is the route I would go there. Yeah, so he had an interesting question. He said, I'm sitting great at running back I have someone interested in trading for Henderson. He also owns my 26 first. The league has 3 wide receivers, 3 flex. So trading a running back for wide receiver seems like a logical move. Trying to determine how I should move forward. He says 1 year punt with the age. Yeah. So we more lean sleeper, just to clarify, which we just mentioned.
By the way,
so I don't think you need to punt. Like if you are competitive, then I think you're fine.
Yeah, and keep in mind he actually doesn't have his first rounder. He has a first, doesn't have his.
Okay, sure.
So that can kind of fall also in that Windows open category.
You know what? That is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we should plan like a Henderson for a wide receiver swap, but like not sacrifice on value and get our first back. So who has his first? Because he already said the guy wants Henderson.
Yeah, let's find out.
Okay, so it's Muffin Muncha.
Oh, Muffin Muncha.
Issue is this guy is no one interesting at all whatsoever at wide receiver outside of Chase.
You know, another thing I was thinking is like maybe we just use that first. Is that first early or late? I think that's another question there. So he has Crashy Rice. That's crazy.
5th.
Which is 5th. How's that team looking? I mean, if we can get a name like Rashid on this team, even if he does get suspended, I think that changes things already. Like I would rather use that first, and say, you know what, if I don't have my first, I might as well sell that first to get.
What if you can get Scatterboo and 2 first for Henderson and get your own first back to control your future?
Sure, that's okay.
Is that interesting?
I guess it puts you in that same position.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm okay with that.
That gives you more flexibility. I think if you send your first away, you're going to have to compete. And I don't want to trade Henderson in any league I have him, but I'm just thinking, you know, trying to be realistic with where this team is. I feel like trying to send the picks that you do have to contend might be tough. So I think the first is his, though, that he's getting back.
All right. Well,
So
he's sending Crashies for your own first, right?
Okay, yeah, that's not a bad idea. If you can do that straight up, I don't think they're going to do that.
But what was it? What was the original deal?
The idea is sending Henderson,
Okay.
and then we want to get back our first.
First plus Cam.
Well, we also want a 27 first. So our first and 26.
And 27 first.
Yeah, and Cam Scatterboo.
Yours.
Yeah.
Plus Cam.
Yeah, so I think that makes the most sense. I don't really like the idea of not having Henderson long term, but if we can get 2 firsts and Scatterboo, it lets us control our future. It could be worse. Like, I don't want to do Zay Flowers in a first. I don't know. Y'all know how I feel.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking more like a higher end name. Like, would you do Rome?
Or Roma Dunze just like straight up?
Straight up?
I feel like I do Roma in a pick swap if I could.
Right, because that's kind of where my mind went to.
Like Henderson in a second for Roma in a first.
Yeah, because my mind went straight to, okay, what wide receiver can I get that is a first round pick that can either break out or we feel comfortable with right now, right?
I think, so let's write that down. Henderson in a second for Roma in a first.
Henderson plus a second for Rome in a first.
But again, the problem here is you're not getting your first back, so you're not really getting the flexibility that you want anyway.
No, but I guess like in my perspective is like you never had the flexibility anyway.
Yeah. If you don't have the flexibility already, then
you might as well just like see what player you can get. So like Henderson second, 26 first, plus Roma Dunze. I like other players within that category. I mean, I would also do names like Ricky Pearsall. I would probably say that same structure. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about his lineup here. That's 10. That's 7. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. And he still needs to start 3 other names.
Yeah.
Downs, Jennings. Yeah, it's cutting it close here with this roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. By the way, your draft, I think you had a great draft. I gave you an A- draft grade. The haul of Ginty, Henderson, Golden, Loveland, that duo right there at running back. And you're kind of building like a core almost between the Loveland, Golden, Henderson, Ginty. If these guys break out, we'll be probably talking about playoffs for this team this year. But
playoffs.
As far as sells on this team, I would only say Juwan Jennings comes to mind in season. That's kind of it. So if in season we can get like a second for Juwan Jennings, that makes sense to me to make a move like that. But just because I don't imagine you building around him long term on this team. Outside of that, I think you're in a very good spot. I like the team. I like the direction, and I hope that is helpful. On the waiver wire, I had a look. I didn't see anyone particularly that stood out. Malik Washington, with all the chaos in Miami, is a name. But outside of that, I think you're in a pretty good position. And Malik Washington being the other ad you could get off the waiver wire.
Yeah, the other route, just really quick before we continue, names that you can go out and try and get. Which
this isn't a bad idea.
You know, like you can use your second. You can get maybe, another one you can get is Shakira, if possible. And then maybe we can say like a Jerry Jeudy, right?
Yeah. Josh, he's already has Josh Downs, but yeah. If you wanted to go the other direction, like Badaki said, where, you go a little bit more all in, that's your options there.
Yeah. So, but we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Once again, we'll try to get this playbook to you as fast as possible. Obviously, with us being here in Austin, Texas, you're going to be receiving a graphic like this customized to your team with everything that we drew up here for you today. But we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Love. All right.
Well, let's answer a couple questions here in the chat. We're going to keep going back and forth between the chat. If you guys get a season pass, you'll have 4 vouchers you can ask on the stream at any time anyway. Chandler says, any Dynasty content coming soon? Had an idea for a video, but then I saw a couple other people do it, so I didn't want to crowd the space. And it's hard to kind of prioritize the content right now just because we're growing so rapidly on this channel. So kind of want to take advantage of people who are looking for fantasy content in general. Yeah. But I mean, y'all know we grind on that channel a lot, and don't worry, we'll be back. Flock Draft won't be live streamed. It'll be a video, and the video will release early next week. McDoust says, hey, guys, I drafted Caleb Johnson, and I'm starting to worry about him. Are you guys worried about him in the 6th round? No.
Oh, really? Why are you worried about him?
People are like, it's...
I'm not worried.
No. Let me just guess where you think the source of worry is coming from. What do you think he would be searching, and the worry would be now installed in his heart?
What is he searching?
How could he have
gotten that information?
Yeah.
Twitter.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Well, I'm not worried. Nothing in that offense is worrisome. I think we are going to see a lot of opportunities for Caleb Johnson. I wouldn't be too concerned there at all. But obviously,
he's going to be fed opportunities. He's going to be fine. Now, you should never ever have like a expectation like right out the gate, week 1, 3rd round. Caleb is going to be the league winner. He might be at the end of the year.
Yeah, I get that.
So be patient. By the way, no one's drafting RJ Harvey, Henderson, Caleb where they are, expecting them to be the guy week 1. Mm-hmm. So you have to rationalize that as well, right? But yeah. Jay Letty says, Gibbs or CD at the 4 spot in a 12-man full PPR. For me, this has been CD. I don't care if you go Gibbs. Gibbs is my running back 1. But based off of my strategy, which, by the way, I think it did officially hit 200K
That's love.
Today, let me double check here.
Yeah,
I don't want to say something and then it is wrong.
Either way, we appreciate.
So on the back end, it shows 200K, but on the front end, it shows at 199.
Okay.
So if you haven't watched that video yet, which is this video right here, number 1 strategy in 2025 drafts, go give that bad boy a watch. And what we talk about specifically is the strategy I'm using in my fantasy football drafts, which is the strategy I'm going to try and implement in the Flock League, but that is built around an anchor receiver, which for me would be CD. But I'm not telling you can't start Gibbs or Bijan or Saquon if you want to. I'm just telling you this is what I'm doing this year.
Yeah.
And I told you the reasons why in that video. Zach says, is 112 better draft from the 108 in a full PPR snake draft?
Is the 112 better to draft?
Prefer the 112 over the 108.
Yeah, look, for me,
Especially in home leagues.
in home leagues, sure.
Not in like the Flock League, I think I would prefer the 108.
Yeah,
Because of the way people think.
Exactly. I think that's the sweet spot, and I think that's how I'm going. My sweet spot right now, 108, 109, 110. If I can get any of those 3 in the Flock League or even in our home league, that's exactly where I want to be because you're going to be either getting your elite wide receiver and your top 10 running back there. So that is a prime spot to be in the draft right now. So, and at the 112, I get what Zach is saying, right? It's kind of guaranteed. From the 1-8 to the 112 is
specifically in home leagues. Like, in the Flock League, we all think we're smart, right? We all think we're smart, so we're gonna draft a certain way. But in your home league, people are having fun and they're thinking about running back. Mm-hmm. So in your home league, you're gonna have Henry go in the 107, 108 territory, and maybe a McCaffrey go there. So the 112 becomes more attractive to me because of the wide receivers that you can start with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
So I think I prefer the 112 in most home leagues. All right, question here from New York, Jersey Mac says, what can I realistically acquire for Smith and Tracy? Smitty meaning...
I'm assuming redraft, like Devonta Smith?
Was that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
A redraft league, if you package Devonta Smith and Tyrone Tracy together, is that the question?
That's where my mind went to. Yeah. Please clarify my Mac, if that's your name. If you're looking at the wide receiver position, my mind went straight to I went straight to if Rasheed wasn't suspended, that was where I went to.
Yeah, I can't do that right now, though.
Yeah, you can't.
I would say you could try. Maybe Smith is like a 4th, 5th round pick. So thinking about guys that go in the 3rd round there, like Higgins.
You could do Higgins. You could probably do JSN.
Higgins maybe.
I don't see that unless you go running back. A running back in the 3rd can probably be like an Omarion. Would you do that for Omarion?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I would too.
Yeah. Anyway, I throw out some names like JSN, Higgins, in that range. Then at running back, the Omarion, Jacobs, Kyrens.
Omarion. Yeah.
Okay, appreciate you, Mac.
It's a keeper league.
Andy says, thoughts on running back versus wide receiver at the 1.4 in a PPR league? I would just have the same reply as go watch my strategy video because there's just not a better way to explain my thoughts on wide receiver or running back this year other than that video because it's all based on historical hit rates, historical research, which is also now stacked into our draft guide. Our draft guide's available on the Flock site. You'll see there over 9,100 people have viewed it. But one of the things that we talk about, along with the positional impact, is the strategy, the historical hit rates. So in our draft guide, which I'll show you guys a little bit here, one of the cool features we added was the historical hit rates. And you can see a lot of this data is broken down in my strategy video. So don't want to give too much away, but yeah, that video is going to answer that question.
All this information, obviously, you guys know is in that video, but we appreciate you.
Yeah.
We'll try to answer these questions as best as possible, but if you want a little bit more of a deep dive, go check out those videos. But we appreciate you. Andy Park.
What's up, Dennis, by the way? Welcome in. Okay, we're going to jump straight back to some of the questions on the site. We're trying our best to jump in between, but these people, have paid to get our opinions and our thoughts, so we're going to prioritize them, and hopefully that's okay. If you guys do want to ask a question, though, you can ask a question. Just make sure you submit it to Zach and Badaki with the promo code LAND on the Flock site. Any super messages or trade questions, or if you want us to review your teams, etc., you can do that there. So I'll go ahead and put that link in the chat right here, right now, if you want to prioritize your question. But we're going to go to some of these guys who've already done so, starting with Adidas Stripe here.
Hey, appreciate you.
He wants a team review.
Adidas, that's what they say in Australia. Adidas. 2 quarterback, 12-team start 9, half PPR. That is our classic meat and potatoes here, which once again, that is what that format looks like here. And the context is, this is curious on long-term strategy and trades. Recently denied 2 trades. DEI violations. I'm not necessarily sure what DEI means. 4 first and 26.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
That was a violation in his league, though. I was like, whoa, okay.
Part of the trade was they kicked a black person out?
Or maybe they weren't supposed to trade a black person.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's like the majority of fantasy football.
One team had too many whites, maybe. I don't know. Okay.
That's crazy. Okay. So he's basically talking about, maybe that's the team name. DEI violation.
Okay. You know what?
We're idiots.
That makes
sense. We went way too far there.
Well,
okay.
You never know.
Okay, so
that
does
make more sense.
DEI violation. Okay, this is the 2 trade. Let's start from the top. For the first trade is 4 first-round picks for Martin Harrison and Tyler Warren, I'm assuming. The second trade is Cook and Pearsall for Hampton, excuse me. They're always open to trade if we okay, team are hard to trade with. Okay, he's just giving team names and some context there. Okay, let's have a look at your team.
There's no PPR, by the way.
No, it's half PPR, no tight end premium, and it's meat and potatoes.
Yeah. So someone almost sent 4 first-round picks for Marvin and Warren. That's crazy in a non-tight end premium.
That is crazy.
Cook and Pearsall for Hampton is not crazy at all. I'd take the Hampton side of that. But all right, let's have a look at the team.
Kyler's team.
Currently ranked 8th.
Yeah, currently ranked 8th here. Okay.
Do we have a offline or a chalkboard?
Yeah, chalkboard. Okay. Yeah. Just refresh data strip. Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, 2 good quarterbacks there with Russell Wilson. At the running back position, Amarion Hampton and no running back 2 to start off. Technically, I guess your next starting running back is Travis Etienne. And what's good about this running back room is that you have the Jacksonville Jaguars backfield. So whoever is going to be the starting guy, at least you have. At the wide receiver position, keep in mind, once again, you can start up to 4 wide receivers in this league. Marvin, Olave, Higgins, Reed is your starting 4 with Pittman in the wings there with Kyle Williams with Mark Andrews as well. You have 2 first and 26, and you have your first and 27 here. So going straight to admin here, untouchables, there's really no untouchables to speak of. So what I'm just going to put is your 26 first, your 26 and 27 future first rounders. As much as we love the names like Martin Harrison and Marion Hampton, I think we have to wait to see if they actually become untouchables at this point. Names to hold, definitely a lot of names to hold. Chris Olave, I would say, is a hold. Trevor Lawrence is a hold. Obviously, Martin Harrison Jr. is also a hold, waiting to see him. And then I would also put a name like, let's put Isaiah Likely as a hold, getting each position there, a hold for your team here. And easy drops, Jalen Naylor, Christian Kirk, not Jerome Ford now anymore. Cam Miller, you can drop. I can care less about Darren Waller there. So plenty of drops there for this league. Going to some draft capital grades, I will say this is a B+. You have really good draft capital. Overall team grade, I would say it's a little bit short. The RB2 is hurting for sure. And you are leaning on a lot of these guys like Higgins. Reed is injured. He's going to be ready for week 1, according to reports. So I would also say maybe this is probably a B minus, C plus type of team for me.
Yeah. I mean, it feels B minus is a little too generous. I'd say C minus.
Okay.
Or C plus, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I'm with you, like C plus. I mean, the quarterback room is fine. There's no quarterback 3 really, and there's no superstar. Outside of Hampton, there's a lot of question marks at running back. There's just not enough top end talent or reliable depth. So, this team, I would be very interested in just kind of blowing it up as much as I could and thinking about the future. I really wouldn't say this is a contender. So, at least a 1-year punt for me.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
We can punt after this year and then see what we think, but you don't have a team to compete right now. And I like the draft capital that you're building up there in 2026 and 2027. So can we do that to another level? At quarterback, you can't tear down, but just write down Russell Wilson because we'll see if we can sell him in season for something. Etienne, we can try and sell Jerome Ford, Jalen Warren. I'd also say that Michael Pittman is a sell, Christian Kirk, and Mark Andrews. It's funny Darren Waller's on this team. I don't even have him ranked in Dynasty.
No, I'm not really fussed about.
Maybe I should have him ranked, though. But
there was another one you said? Russell, Etienne, Ford, Michael, Kirk, Andrews. Was there somebody else? That's it, right?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Najee, if we didn't put Najee down, we should put Najee. All right, let's have we done all admin?
Yes.
All right, let's just jump quickly to just recapping your draft from this year. So you walked away. I gave you a B grade overall. You walked away with Gabriel, Hampton, Tootin, Higgins, Kyle Williams, Fannin. I love this combo here, this 4-stack here of the Hampton, Tootin, Higgins, Kyle Williams. Great additions. On your waiver wire, though, there is still juice left to be squeezed out of this lemon, my friend. You've got Trevor Etienne, Taj Brooks, and Orton Gazden. Taj Brooks is one injury away from starting for the Cincinnati Bengals. There's not a single dynasty team out there that should have Taj Brooks on the waiver wire. That should not exist. So, again, looking at your team, you can drop Jalen Naylor, Darren Waller if you wanted, Cam Miller if you needed to fill the space up with these 3 names. All right, so let's talk about potentially trading some of these guys in the season. These are in-season trades just because we're not really going to compete and we want to get value for these guys before they're completely valueless, which Russell Wilson's pretty much already there. But let's just say if in season Russell Wilson's starting and your Giants, I don't think you're going to start very well based off your schedule. But let's say you guys start like 3-3 or something and Russell is looking okay. Can you sell him for a second? Any second, any year. I'll take. For Etienne is all performance based.
Yeah.
If we come out in the first 6 weeks and he's doing nothing and it's actually Tootin's backfield all of a sudden, I would just say a 2nd-round pick. No one's going to give you a first. Jerome Ford, I would take a 3rd at this point. Any 3rd. Make sure you copy over that arrow too so it looks like.
All right, yeah.
And then for Pittman, yeah, he's not going to net you more than a 2nd. And that's if he starts producing again like he did in previous seasons. For Kirk, any 3rd, just like Jerome Ford. For Andrews, any 2nd. And we just want to give ourselves flexibility. Ideally, you're targeting like the 2027 draft with these picks. Najee, I think 3rd as well. I don't think you're going to get more than the 3rd. But that is kind of your game plan for in season. You had a good draft. Well done. Pick up those guys off the waiver wire. There's no reason your team should be hosting a Darren Waller. try and trade him for anything. But, you know, you gotta go after these young guys that are handcuffed. So
yeah, it's a bit rough.
That's the game plan in season, I would say. That's what I would do with this team.
Yeah, and then you kind of have to just wait and see what's going to happen with a lot of these guys. Like, it's kind of the same thing with even, like, you have to wait to see if Marvin Harrison's going to break out. You have to wait to see if Amarion Hampton's going to break out. You have to wait and see if Kyler Murray's going to bounce back to be the guy. Is Trevor Lawrence going to be better with Hunter and BTJ? We just don't know. You literally have 4 Jaguars on your team already, which is crazy.
Very Jag heavy, but could work out with Liam
be a
Cohen
Jags
there.
fan. But appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Obviously, probably not what you wanted to hear, but at the same time, thank you so much for the support. You're going to be receiving a beautiful graphic customized to your team. Thank you.
And that graphic is going to look like this. By the way, we're going to do Rowan's next.
Okay, yeah.
Because Chef wanted to be last. If Chef's in the chat with us, let us know.
Yes, Chef.
But yeah, we'll do Rowan's next. I think Rowan's here. Rowan, you with us? Let's go to answer a couple questions here in the chat before we jump to this next one. So, a couple questions. Captain Kirk, 10-team league. Would you pay the 202 for Ridley as a contender? No.
Sorry, what was the question?
202 in a 10-team league. Would you give that for Ridley, which is basically the 112? Not a chance.
No.
I think in a 10-team, it's more like the 208 is his price at earliest.
I mean, that one pass, though, from Cam Ward to Calvin, that's actually 2 passes. Pocket was nice, had the red shoes on. Dart.
He looked nice.
Be careful.
We have Sui here. Is that what that says? What's up? And their question is 16-team league, what should I do? Look, in a 16-team league, I think you need to find the advantages on the board. So, logistically, you know, if you're pick 16 and you're on the board and there's 14 running backs that have been drafted, go double wide receiver. Try and find a certain edge over your league. You know, you have to find wherever the edges are. What are people not, looking at? I do think quarterback and tight end, I tried to hit on a late.
I think that's also difficult in a 16-man league. I feel like a lot of quarterback runs, tight end runs, is all determined on who makes the first move.
Yeah.
Because once somebody sees 1 or 2 quarterbacks go off the board, it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
There's no 16 quarterbacks that I love. So let me,
One Lucky Viking says, keep 110 team, half PPR. You can keep Tracy for a 16th, Rome for an 8th, Kamara for a 4th. Kamara's a 4th round pick. Mind you, I know people will keep Chase for a 12th, Bucky for a 16th, Daniel for a 13th.
Wow.
Yeah, this would be Rome for an 8th for me. I mean, right now Rome is like a 6th, 7th round pick. Kamara's already a 4th round pick, so you're not getting any value there. I don't know. You could justify Tracy.
That's what I say. You can.
It's
not even it being.
I don't think Tracy's going to win anyone a league this year, though.
But the thing is, but he got Bucky in the 16th. Oh, people will keep Chase, Bucky, and Daniel.
That's what his league is doing.
I thought he also had the opportunity to keep them. So yes, it would definitely be Roma Dunze for me. It wouldn't be Tracy, but I get it. Give me Rome. Yeah. For sure.
What's up, Gleazy? He says, how do I share my fantasy squad? Super chat, or do I need to go on Flock? I would not suggest a super chat because first off, we don't do team reviews based off super chats. But secondly, we have very little context. The best way if you want us to actually look at your team, you see what Rowan's done here, you see what Chef Keith has done here. They're going to get what we call the playbook. All right. And the playbook is a customized game plan for your fantasy football team. So like customized trade targets. It's a complete game plan, a playbook for your fantasy team. You can get that with the promo code LAND, and then using a voucher after you become an annual Mother Flocker member on the Flock site. Use the voucher to get a team review from us. But you can also go through that same exact process on the Flock site just by going to, let's say you're already on the Flock site, and you see that button at the top right there, says personalized advice. You can click on that and then go to team review if you're wanting us to review your team. But if you're wanting to ask like a simple question, you can go to Super Message there on the Flock site. If you're wanting to ask a trade question, you can go trade question there. But yeah, if you're wanting us to like properly review your team, then we don't do that with Super Chats. But you can link your league up here and then select your team. And then once you've done that, but Aki, maybe you can give them a link with Nightbot. Once you've linked up your team.
For team review or which one? Okay.
Yeah, for a playbook. You can choose Zach and Badaki there. All right, let me know if you have any questions, if that makes sense. I mean, you can ask a super chat for sure, super message for sure.
Yes.
But we can't review your team based off of super chat.
If you wanted to get your redraft team reviewed, you definitely can do it the same way we're doing it here. I know we're going to be reviewing redraft teams if you've done your league already. But all you got to do is click that link that Nightbot just put. Once again, link your team like Zach said, and then we can get you on the queue here right now, which would be great. You can potentially be our first redraft team of this season.
Yeah.
If you guys already done your draft. I would say a lot of drafts are going to happen this weekend and next weekend. So we're going to get a lot of those.
I think next weekend is the biggest draft weekend.
Yeah.
Not this weekend.
Not this weekend, but I definitely get that.
All right, so one more question here. Let's go. Noah says, drafting from the 103 full PPR, Bijan, CD, or Jettis? It's CD for me. I don't care if other people prefer Bijan. They want to start running back. That's fine, but that's just my personal preference.
You said who is Bijan for you?
It's CD for me.
Yeah. I think, personal preference, it would be between Bijan and CD for me as well.
Yeah.
I'm there with you.
All right, this is Commissioner Rowan. So if you've been in any of our community leagues, we're drafting one tomorrow.
Yeah.
For a redraft. One person's been commissioning those, and that's Rowan. So shout out to Rowan. And we're going to have a look at one of his teams here. So he says, this is my least favorite team. I think it's a solid, though. Reigning champ, and this league has big play bonuses and a full point tight end premium. Need wide receivers bad, but I keep liking my tight ends. What do you think? Let me know the direction you would look to go. Appreciate you, boys, as always. Appreciate you, Rowan. Thanks for being here. He also went ahead and said, Mason says, someone come over and record this video with me. What video is it? What are you doing? I'll come hang.
Zach will.
I got to record a couple of videos myself. Depends on what time it is. Okay.
We're already doing too much today already. I'm already overwhelmed about.
Bro, time goes so fast here.
I'm looking at the time and I was like, oh shit, we're going to go live again.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Rowan says, I think this is my least favorite dynasty team. It's the only one I won last year with. Okay, let's have a look at it. Superflex start 11.
Yeah, Superflex start 11 tight end premium, which is our rolling deep here. I'll put that in the chat, meaning he can start up 6 wide receivers. Okay, having a look at this team at the quarterback position, Lamar Jackson, CJ with Bryce. I like that quarterback room really good, especially Bryce Young, the way he's looking in preseason. Jonathan Taylor, Quinshon Judkins, Chuba Hubbard, David Montgomery, Cam Scadaboo, Isaac Arendo. The list goes on there. Great running back room at the wide receiver position, which you are pretty short at, meaning you can start to 6 wide receivers. Here's your starting. Puka Nacua, Stephon Diggs. Not looking good with Tyler Warren and George Kittle, but this is a full point premium, meaning you're going to be starting George Kittle at that flex position and then all those running backs as well. You got a 26 first there. Your own. Looking at untouchables, Lamar Jackson, Puka Nacua, and I would also say throwing Tyler Warren and maybe even...
I didn't have his team up, sorry.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. Tyler Warren potentially or George Kittle in that... maybe not George Kittle, but more Tyler Warren in the untouchables, I would say, just because of full point premium. Holds, I would say you can hold names like Isaac Arendo, Luther Burden, you should hold there. Those are the 2 guys I would hold. A lot of guys you can drop. Justice Hill, I would say you can drop Elijah Moore, Malachi Corley there.
I think you took the template there. We don't have a template now. I'll fix that, though.
Did I? Oh, right. I messed up the template. So those are kind of the admin stuff that I would go there right now. I would also say maybe Bryce Young you can put as a hold as well. I know I was doing all that and I didn't write anything down, so I have to write that down. Sorry, guys. I said hold as Isaac Arendo. Isaac Arendo. I also said Luther Burden. And then I said Bryce Young there. And then the drops, once again, you can drop names like Justice Hill, Elijah Moore, are the two guys I would drop there. Okay. Looking, RIP Elijah Moore, miss you every day. All right, draft capital here, I would just say be flat. You have all your picks there. You have you don't have your third, but still, you still have your first and your second the next 2 years. Overall, overall team grade, I would also say this is probably a B flat. You have really good tight ends in the tight end premium. Your wide receivers are a little bit weak. Maybe B minus, B flat there. I think you're right in that mix, but you kind of level it out because of your running back, or excuse me, your running back room with Quinshawn, Chuba, and all these guys that do have some high upside there. So I would say that. I would say you are a contender. I would say a soft contender. Not because, once again, of your wide receiver room, but because how strong your quarterback, your wide receiver, and your running back, or your tight end, excuse me, and your running back room is. You have enough depth to play there.
I think he can contend with this team. Yeah. Thing about starting lineup, it's tough because it's 11, but we can start like Lamar, CJ, that's 2. Taylor, Hubbard is 4.
Yeah.
Puka, Diggs is 6.
Yeah.
Tyler Warren is 7. We can flex Kittle and Tyler Warren, so that's 8, right?
Yeah, so 8. So
then
you need
9
4.
to Monty.
Right, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or no, 11.
JK can start for you this year for a little bit.
Yeah.
Burden you can throw in there. It's not perfect. Ertz can flex in a full point. Yeah, it's not perfect, but Judkins, being here would have been helpful.
Really hurts because like you would have easily plugged him in this year if we know if he's going to be playing or not. Yeah. But what's the good part about this is that you do have Dylan Sampson.
Yep.
Which could definitely help your team. I was gonna say who's on the waiver wires here. There's really no one in the waiver wire position there. So, look, my instant thought when I look at this team here, if you are wanting to compete, if you are wanting to go out and get some more players, is utilize that second. This is obviously, Ron, you probably know, these are our go-tos, right?
Yeah.
Second round pick, Mike Evans. The Devontae Adams, the Shakiras, the Cortland Suttons. Some of these guys are probably unrealistic now. Or maybe they're a little bit cheaper because, can you get what people are probably worried about Devontae Adams and Matthew Stafford's back, right? So that's kind of where my mind instantly goes to. Khalil Shakira. Obviously, you guys know I love Cortland Sutton, which I'm going to go there. What about Jerry Jeudy? You can add. Jerry Jeudy. So there's a bunch of names in really that you can go out and try to acquire there on the low right now. Other names.
I feel like you're one veteran receiver away from really contending.
Exactly. Really making it and taking it.
But I wouldn't send that first because I think things could go south as well.
Yeah. So
I want that flexibility.
Really hitting on those seconds there. I'm trying to see maybe who.
I like the draft. Judkins, maybe you drafted him earlier, though. You probably could have gotten him later if the draft was later. But overall, decent draft. I'd probably say like a B minus. Nothing crazy. Like you didn't get a Genty, a Hampton. But I do like the draft overall, specifically the depth with the way your league works, how big your league is. On the waiver wire, did we have anyone interesting?
Not that I saw personally.
It's pretty bare.
It is pretty bare.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop anyone on your team for any of those guys. So not really going to talk about the waiver wire, but I think you kind of ride this into the season. But if, let's say Monty takes a step back and Judkins is out, but Jerome Ford is the guy, not Dylan Sampson. And if an injury happens to a Jonathan Taylor or to a Lamar or a Puka or something, I think you could very easily in season justify selling off some of these names. So maybe last thing we'll do here is like make a in season sells And that's just like if things go south, right? So those names would be like George Kittle in the tight end premium, Stephon Diggs, J.K. Dobbins, David Montgomery. Those would be the main names, I would say. And again, this is only like worst case scenario if you start off, and things go south. If you're out, let's say, if you're out of the playoff conversation, right? George Kittle, you can net a first for in a full point premium. Diggs, I think, a second. Someone asked Rowan, by the way, or he said Judkins and Warren were 107, 108 for him. And then someone asked him how he won. And he says, I guess he didn't reply yet to that. Alkins, what's up, man? He says your verification button on the flock site is broken. I apologize if that's happening to you. But what I can tell you is we do have really great devs that can help. So if you go to the site issues tab, okay, over there in the Discord, I'll put this in there for you, my friend. And if something isn't happening with verification code, we will be more than happy to figure that out to get you up on the flock site. And DM me on Discord personally if you have any questions about that. If you can't figure out how to DM or put that message out there to our devs. But devs is going to be the best spot. If you need to ask a question, there's my Discord DM. All right. I think that's it. Rowan, do you have any other questions? I think that you can contend, but we could very easily kind of turned into an in or out.
Yeah, it kind of did, didn't it?
I think that's probably a better representation of where this team is.
Yeah, let's put in or out there. In or out for your team. Yeah, a lot of your team success determines on if your guys break out, unfortunately. Yeah. And that's kind of, obviously, a lot of it in fantasy football. He said, I forgot to say it's a 0.5 points per carry league, 0.15. Okay. It's not that big.
Maybe let's say an early second for Monty then. He said JT had insane weeks in the playoffs, but I made a dumb trade early offseason to Nico. Oh, that's unfortunate. But still, you won the league, and that's all that matters. He says I sent Downs and the 207 for Hubbard and the 204, which felt better about. Oh, that's great. I like that trade. Hubbard was so cheap this offseason in Dynasty.
Yeah, he was.
What's up, Shane? Come on, baby. Talk it up. But we appreciate you, Rowan. Let me know if you have any questions.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rowan. You know the deal. You should be receiving your playbook here. Once again, a little bit later than normal because we are traveling here in Austin, Texas, but you should be receiving that once, really, I get a free moment for you guys. But thank you. Thank you so much for the support.
All right. Last one of the day, I think.
Which is Chef.
He says, do you have any running backs in mind? I don't think you should go running back, brother. And that's because you've got so many running backs already.
Running back to flip for a wide receiver.
Oh.
I guess like to sell for a wide receiver.
Oh, okay. Right. My bad.
I guess there's really no one to sell. And if you do sell somebody, it's most likely going to be Chuba or JK. But I don't know if you can get anything.
Chuba is not a sell. I guess you could try and sell Monty. But it's not. It's none of this is going to fix the problem of your flex spot.
No, but it would have to be low end like type of players. Like, can you send Monty for? You can't send Monty for like a Reed, can you?
Maybe I'm not 100% sure you'd want to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of where my mind went straight to. I don't think you can go any higher.
Yeah.
You can't get and you don't want to go. You can't do the Rickies or the.
Can you get a Matthew Golden?
So look, I'll put that on the playbook here for you. So David Montgomery for. You said Flowers. Flowers and who else? What was the other guy?
Downs or
Golden.
Yeah.
Golden, yeah. Those are probably the two names that come to mind. I doubt you can do any other stuff, but once again, appreciate you there, Rowan. Thank you so much for the support there. And like Zach said, we are going to our last playbook of the night. Keep in mind, we are going to be live again tonight. I think it's going to be 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll clarify that because this stream went longer than we expected, and
I need a break now.
Yeah. So keep in mind, we are going to be doing a live stream tonight, doing some mock draft, practicing for the Flock League, because that draft for the Flock League is going to be Saturday night. This Saturday night upcoming. All of us are traveling from around the world to come to Austin, Texas, and draft our teams in the Flock League here. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Chef is next. Thank you, Chef.
We got a super chat. We should go to that real fast.
Yeah.
Can you tell people your spiel real quick on the super chats?
Yeah, guys, by the way, G's, baby, thank you so much for that super chat on YouTube.
Yeah.
Full transparency, YouTube does take a big cut of that, right? But what you can do is link your team on the Flock Fantasy website, and we can actually give you a better opportunity, a better review, a better question or answer when we look at this team. Because right now, you said this is your team. Like, I wonder what your league looks like, because we can look at your whole league here. So keep that in mind. You can link your team for free on the Flock Fantasy website with that link now in the chat there. But we'll still answer your question.
With the super chat, first off, we appreciate it, of course, Glizzy, but we can't spend the 20 minutes we do on like a team review. We can have a quick look at it. But like Puka, Bucky, McBride, JSN, Waddle, Chuba, Judy, Pollard, Ramondre, Diggs, Mooney, Kyler, Goff, Chubb. So I'm confusing a 12 team.
How he got Puka, Bucky, McBride, and JSN.
Chuba that late. Because that would make Chuba his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 round pick. That would make Chuba his 6th round pick. So I'm honestly flabbergasted. I'm confused. I'm bamboozled on how Chuba got that late.
I'm bamboozled.
Or even Waddle. Maybe Waddle was that late. Either way, you got these guys in pretty good values. Like the combo of Puka, Bucky, McBride, JSN, Chuba. That 5. If I could start my draft somehow with those 5 players, I'd feel incredibly good about it. So I think you should feel very good about that draft.
100%.
My friend. Appreciate the donations there. Kalani says, I play in CBS. Can I link my team to Sleeper so I can link it to the Flock site? Actually, a lot of people do this.
A lot of people do that.
They recreate their league on Sleeper so they can submit it.
That'd actually be a really good tip. So for everyone that is watching now or you're watching later, and you're saying, actually, I can't link my team on the Flock Fantasy website, maybe while you're doing your draft,
just draft it on Sleeper.
Draft it on Sleeper. Pick the same people, and then you have that link, and then you can submit it on the Flock Fantasy website.
Make sure you do all the transactions as well throughout the year. But the main issue is that CBS doesn't allow public access to their leagues.
Exactly.
So like all these other places do, but.
Do that for your leagues coming up there, but we appreciate all of you guys.
All right, one last one for today. We're going to jump in here, and it's Chef. Chef's in the building with us.
Chef, I think it's 5'11", right? 5'11"? Chef Keith.
I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
I'm really tired.
Did you?
Yeah.
Karina's knocked out.
Yeah, wife's fell asleep on the couch there.
Let's see here. Okay, Chef, once again, appreciate you. Let's have a look at this team here. This will be the last one. Keep in mind, we will be live tonight. So what we're going to do is probably going to knock this one out, answer probably last-minute questions, and then we will call it for the first stream of the day here. Let's have a look at this. He says, so I asked a million questions on YouTube. I follow your advice from the last team review. I killed my draft. I think I just want to know where I'm at and what my next moves should be. Love the content. Appreciate you, Chef. Saucy
Bees.
Saucy Bees? I was going to say Saucy Buys. I don't know why that came to mind.
Okay.
That's where my mind went.
Oh, wherever life takes you.
Wherever life takes me. Oh, gosh. Did I mess this up here? Sorry. Do me a quick favor.
What's wrong?
On the bottom there, I have the old one, but I don't know if that's right or not.
All right, Chef Keith, your starting lineup. I like the quarterback room there with May, Trevor, and Justin. Really good team there. Well, I'd start at quarterback at least. Justin Fields is a great quarterback 3. Genty, Henderson, I like the first 2. I love Benson, but there's definitely a steep fall off at running back. At wide receiver, McConkey, Hunter, Egbuka, Golden, Downs, Coker. I like that group a lot. And then at tight end, David Njoku. It's only a start 9.
Meat and potatoes there.
Superflex. So start 9 Superflex is quite thin. That's the good news for you because you don't have much depth at, like running back, for example, or, like tight ends. You don't have like a top end name. So that's definitely going to be a benefit to you. Do you want to walk us through some untouchables and some admin stuff here?
Yeah. So some untouchables here for you is definitely going to be Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty is going to be there for you, and probably that's it. Only Ashton Genty for your untouchables there. Your holds, Drake May.
I'd go a little deeper. I'd say Keandre Lambert-Smith. I need to put him higher. I'd go Terrence Ferguson, Elijah Arroyo.
For the holds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rashard Smith.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Trey Benson. Should you want to go deeper than that?
Yeah.
Trey
Rashard
Benson?
Smith.
Okay.
Keandre Lambert-Smith. Terrence Ferguson, Elijah Arroyo. I think are great holds.
Terrence Ferguson, Elijah Arroyo, and then KLS. Drops you can have for your team is going to be, gosh, not really that many drops. You really don't have to drop anyone. If there's someone that you can drop to make room, it's probably Parker Washington.
Yeah, or Efton Chisholm or Hunter Henry.
Yeah, that's probably the only ones.
I don't think you need to drop anyone. Is there anyone on the waiver wire? Yeah, Trevor's there. I feel like
maybe
Trevor
Isaiah
Etienne
Davis, maybe.
Isaiah Davis, Trevor Etienne. I probably prefer those guys over a Henry, Parker Washington.
Okay. Draft grade. Looking at your capital here, I think it's
Draft capital grade,
Draft
right?
capital,
Yeah.
excuse me. You don't have your first. I think that kind of puts you already in that Windows open category. Why not compete? For this team, which means your draft capital is a little bit lower, maybe like a C flat, C minus without having that first in 2026. Your overall team grade, looking at this as a start 9, I think it's a pretty good team for sure. I would say B flat, B plus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's in a decent spot. You think about the starting lineup: May, Lawrence, Genty, Henderson, Ladd is 5, Hunter is 6, Njoku is 7. Then you only need to start 2 more names between Egbuka, Golden, Downs. The only issue is you really can't afford a running back injury. You don't have a first in 26, so that's actually going to put me more in a Windows open.
Yeah, we put that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we're going to go Windows open for sure.
Okay. Awesome.
And then we need to figure out some more depth at running back if we can.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious if we could attach like a Terrence Ferguson or an Elijah Arroyo to a second or a third round pick in the future. So let's try 2 different scenarios. It's either Arroyo or Ferguson, whichever gets the job done. And tack a second and tack a third, and then we'll try and see some names that we could potentially go out and grab at running back. And you know what? Like, let's just see what teams are the weakest at tight end, maybe. Let's see. So the guy who has Jake Ferguson has Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
Could you send a second and maybe you could send the third. Try a third in one of these tight ends for Kamara.
Terrence Ferguson.
If that doesn't work, which fair enough if it doesn't, then try and send the second and Terrence Ferguson for Kamara and let's just say like Kyle Monangai or something, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Team 11 has a tight end need. They actually have a pretty big tight end need. And the good news is they have Chuba Hubbard. Can we send a second in one of those tight ends for Chuba? Love that. There's a team here with Aaron Jones. I wonder if we could just send a third straight up for Aaron.
Yep.
Third straight up for Aaron Jones. Not a big fan of Aaron Jones, but I'd also send a second straight up for. Do we have a second or we only have a third?
Probably in 27 we have a second.
Right. I don't want to send a second in 27 for Pacheco, but yeah, maybe we go like Arroyo and a third for Pacheco.
Arroyo on the second or Arroyo on the third for Pacheco?
Third, yeah.
Okay.
That could definitely help with your running back need. I think those are the main teams that have like a tight end need that you could try and say, hey, I can help you out here. Everyone else at tight end is pretty much set and good to go. Oh, this is Rowan's. My bad. Let me pull over yours. But speaking of your draft, I think you had a really good draft. So you ended up with Genty Henderson. Love that duo at the top. Then you were still able to nab Hunter Egbuka Golden. Lots of tight ends, rookie tight ends that we love. I think this is a great draft. I'm going to give you just a flat A. Really well done. Great core that you built and guys that can even help you win right now. So, yes, that is the plan. Now, was there a different person you were going to put there for Aaron Jones or just a copy?
Yeah, that's just a copy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that out.
Yeah. But Chef Keith, I think you're one veteran running back away from kind of even Jordan Mason. I'd send Jordan Mason. I'd send a third.
Yeah, look, there's definitely more running backs that you can potentially go out and get. Like I'll name a couple ones.
Would you send a third in Ferguson for Mixon, Joe Mixon? A third in Arroyo for Mixon? Maybe.
For brother Joe, yeah, I'll do Mixon. I was thinking more lower tier, not saying.
Yeah.
You know, if you just wanted to do the one-offs, you can do, you know, a third for Brian Robinson, or you can do a third for. You can take a shot on a name like Tony Pollard if you really wanted to. You can take a shot on Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
In a future third, or you know that 26th third that you do have.
Yeah.
Because all these guys can, once again, you just need that extra depth at that running back position, and then once you have one of these guys, we will feel significantly better on like what that team is going to look like, or that depth, at that running back position is going to look like. So yeah. I'm really okay with a lot of these guys here.
I like the plan. Chef Keith, anything we didn't cover that you wanted highlighted, let me know. But that is the last team review of the night, or of the day. It's the day, yeah. And we're going to stream again at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time, yep.
I need to record some content for you guys. But
I think that's about it. We appreciate you. Once again, if you are here and if you got a playbook reviewed or you're waiting for a playbook, just bear with us.
Yeah.
You know, once again, so much is happening here, making content, grinding content, and we're going to be jam-packed throughout the day once we're in the Flock League, which we all going to meet up tomorrow. So once again, give us a little bit of grace with those playbooks, but they will get to you as soon as possible. But thank you so much for all the support.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. And we'll be live tonight, and we'll see you then. Appreciate you, Nate. He says, great to be at a live stream over in Switzerland, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He says, Toe Tappers is the most, this is Chef Keith. He says, Toe Tappers is most active in trades.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Let us know if there's anything we didn't cover, though, there, Keith.
Chef
I don't even see it, Toe Tappers. Oh, here. Toe Tappers, yeah. The Pacheco deal could work for you then that we whipped up. DeAndre
Maybe a third for Swift. I doubt you can do that now, but probably because now, a lot of people are believing it. But
a third in Gadsden, for Swift.
Yeah, I'll just see if we can send a Swift there. But appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you, Chef. You know how to get your playbook. Time change, Michael, has been killing us. We're supposed to be sleeping.
tough.
That's why Zach lost all his energy. He was pumped for it, and then it just went, oh, actually, you need to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's weird.
So you kind of have to navigate it, even though he probably can't sleep, because if you sleep, then we're up
At night.
which is not ideal. So once again, anyways, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. We'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time